Hello, welcome to this webinar on Identity and Access Management with me. I'm Adrian Perez, consultant at Turnkey Consulting, and we are going to see one of the solutions of Identity and Access Management, that is SailPoint Identity IQ. In this webinar also, we are going to see the joiner and leaver processes for employees. So we have prepared an environment with SailPoint Identity IQ and some systems already connected to the tool. In this case, we are going to log in as one of the administrators, that is Jerry Bennett. So we have his access is here. So this is SailPoint Identity IQ login page. We can log in as Jerry Bennett. Login. We can see the dashboard here, and we are going to Identities, Identity Warehouse. In this webinar, we are going to create the identity of Bill Johnson. So we can look for Bill Johnson, and we can see that he's not here, and the identity is not created. So we can go to Orange HRM, that is the HR tool already connected to Identity IQ. And we can log in as admin here. And we can look for Bill Johnson here. Search. And we can see that not records found, so the identity is not created yet. So we can create it. We can click on Add. Bill Johnson. Employee ID. We are going to create the employee in London. As job title, we will assign inventory analyst 1 and department accounting. As work email, we can put some at SailPoint. Employee status, active employee. As manager, we can put Amanda Ross, one of the already employees, and status enable. We click on save. So we have created the identity in this system. If we go back to SailPoint Identity IQ and we look for Bill, we can see that Bill Johnson is not still here. So we can go to Setup, Tasks, and go to Process HR Joiners. That is going to retrieve the data from the tool, the HR tool, Orange HRM. So we right click on the process and we execute it in background. So we can see that it has been executed in the background, and now it's running. So after some seconds, we can go back to Identity Warehouse and look for Bill Johnson here. And now we can see that Bill Johnson is here. We can see that the manager is Amanda Ross. So the data is populated from Orange HRM to SailPoint Identity IQ. And to look this information on detail, we can go here. We can see his email, his manager, employee ID, the job title, accounting, the department, and the location. We can go to application accounts, and we can see the human resource account, where all this information came from, and also the Active Directory account that has been created right after the data came to SailPoint Identity IQ. We can go back to entitlements, and we can check that some entitlements has been assigned to Bill Johnson according to his position. So we can see that 2 business roles has been assigned, all users and inventory analyst, and 2 IT roles has been detected that has been assigned because of these business roles. We can check as well that 2 AD groups, Active Directory groups, has been assigned to Bill Johnson account in Active Directory. That is inventory analysis and all users. So we can go to Active Directory, users and computers. We can go to demo and then Europe, expand Europe. And if we go to London location, we can see here that Bill Johnson is here in Active Directory. We can click on his account and check that it has been created now, and he's member of all users and inventory analysis and domain users as well. We click on OK, and we can go back to Identity IQ. Now we log in as Amanda Ross. Here the line manager of Bill Johnson. We can see in this widget that Bill Johnson is reporting to Amanda Ross. So Amanda Ross is the manager of Bill Johnson. When we can manage the identity here, from here. Now we can close this window. And that was the joiner process that, of course, can be modified and so various accounts can be created when a joiner process is triggered. Also, more groups or more entitlements can be assigned based on the job title that person has, and a lot of configurations can be made there. So now we are going to start the deliver process, and for that we can go back to the Orange HRM, the HR tool. We go back to employee list. We look for Bill. Here it is, search. And we go to his account. We can go to Job tab. And here we can click on Terminate Employment. We click on Confirm. So now the account has been terminated in this tool, and the data is not in SailPoint Identity IQ yet. So if I go to Identity Warehouse again, I look for Bill, I can check that Bill Johnson is not inactive now, and we can check here that his accounts are still active. So now we are going to trigger the task that we triggered before. in order to retrieve the data again from Orange HRM. And we execute it in background. Okay. So we go to Identity Warehouse one more time. We look for Bill. And now we can check here that his account is already inactive in SailPoint Identity IQ. So we go to application accounts, and now we can check that his accounts are disabled. The human resources one, and also the Active Directory. Also, we click here. We can check that the distinguished name has been changed. That means that now it's not in London anymore. The organizational unit is disabled users now. So for checking that, we can go to Active Directory. We click here on London, we click on refresh, and we see that Bill Johnson is not here anymore. And if we go to disabled users and click on refresh, we see that Bill Johnson is here and it has been moved. We can also check that its account has been disabled. Account is disabled here. So the account has been disabled and has been moved to this organizational unit. Also, this is the configuration that we have right now in this environment. Of course, it can be changed in order to delete the account directly if you want. But for now, we just disable the account. Also, one thing that I forgot to show you before is that we can check the mails that have been generated because of this process. So when we trigger the joiner processes, a mail was sent to Amanda Roth, the line manager, stating that one employee has been assigned to her. And we can see some basic data of Bill Johnson. And we can check also the mail that was sent to Bill Johnson. And this is basically this is the welcome mail for SailPoint Identity IQ. For the deliver process, there was no mail sent, but of course you can configure it as well. And basically that was all for this webinar, and I hope that you enjoy it.